Welcome everyone. We're going to talk about the premium starter kit today and all the great qualities and all the great things that you can get with your starter kits. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, welcome everyone. We are talking about the premium starter kit, the Essential Oils 101 class. If you have not been to one, we are glad you are here tonight. And we're going to go over some information on the 12 oils and all the extra stuff in the kit. So first of all, what is an essential oil? And what are these little bottles? The sky is the limit when it comes to many uses of our essential oils. The oils in these little amber bottles are powerful, diverse allies in your quest for a perfect wellness routine. Let's start at the beginning for you. What is an essential oil and where do they come from? The basics of essential oils. They are highly concentrated natural oils produced from plant material by steam distillation, extraction, cold pressing, or resin distillation. They're more powerful than the dry herbs that you have in the cupboard in your kitchen. They contain many constituents and compounds that are wonderful for your body and that your body can use. They're a volatile substance. That means it evaporates very rapidly. And they contain the natural smells and characteristics of the plant. Now, they are wonderful products, and we want, as Young Living, we want to use the best essential oils. We want to bottle the best for our members. So we have farms around the world. We have them in Utah. We have them in Ecuador. We have them in Croatia. We have them in Canada, Northern Lights farms. We have them in Oman, in France, and many, many more. So we want the best product to put in those bottles. So we're going to grow those essential oils where they are native and the best environment for them. So part of that is knowing the best seeds, getting the highest quality of essential oils to. You need to know that you have the best seeds. You're cultivating them in the best land, the best dirt, no pesticides, no chemicals used in any of the process, because that will be in our essential oil. We want the distillation will take place, and before they distill, they will be out in the fields. Young Living workers will be in the fields testing to make sure that we harvest at the highest quality of that oil. We test all along the way. We test before harvest, we test during harvest, and we test several more times before you are going to get them in the bottles. And once in the bottles, they're tested again. So that is our seed to seal guarantee. So there are three main uses of those wonderful oils in the bottle. You'll see aromatic and topical on the colored labels, and you'll see dietary or internal on the white labels. The white labels are called the vitalities. So on the aromatic, that means you can put an oil on, like I'll grab an oil here and I'll put it on my hand, and I can put it topically on and inhale it. I'm topically absorbing it as well as I'm inhaling it and getting into my olfactory gland and getting in my system. You can also diffuse for the aromatic. The dietary or internal, you can put 1 or 2 capsules in 1 or 2 drops in a capsule with or without a carrier and take it internally. You can put a drop under your tongue. And the white labels are just letting you know that it is totally good and totally able to take them internally. So are they the same in the 2 peppermint bottles? They are. The peppermint essential oil in the green label is the exact same oil that's in the Peppermint Vitality. They both come from the plant, and they're both at the highest level of purity. So I can use either one. For FDA, for the federal government, we're going to say the Vitality is for when I do some cooking, or if I'm adding it to something in Something we're going to take it internally, we'll say the Peppermint Vitality. So, but it's more economical for me to repurchase if I'm going to be using peppermint all the time, to purchase a 15 ml bottle colored label versus a 5 ml bottle of Vitality. So now we're going to go and we're going to talk about Peppermint Vitality since we were on that already. Nancy had a great experience with peppermint this month. Nancy, you want to talk to us about that?
Sure. I wanted to use my einkorn flower that comes from Young Living. And I thought, well, I'm just going to put a drop of peppermint in the mix when I bake it. And that's all I did was use one drop, and it flavored the whole pan of brownies. So peppermint, wonderful oil.
It is. The Peppermint Vitality is awesome, and I love it. And there is we have a conversion chart. If you start using your essential oils in your cooking and stuff like that, sometimes it's a toothpick swirl, not even a full drop, and they last so much longer, and they worked wonderful with me having it in my cupboard, and a lot of those online probably have them in their cupboard as well. But the peppermint I also use for a digestive aid. And you can take it internally. I also put a drop on my belly for anytime that I might have a little bit upset tummy. That's a good one to just grab when I have it around all the time. It also is a driver, so it pushes all the other oils in deeper. So the origins and how are those oils extracted from the plants, from our botanicals such as flowers, the shrubs, the trees, the roots, and the seeds. How do we get it out? Most of our oils are steam distillation at the right temperature, the right time, the right amount of distillation. It's not first, second, third, fourth distillation like so many of the oils on the market today. It is the best quality oil coming out of that plant. So some of them are absolute extracts, like we have vanilla is an absolute, and then there's a resin distillation and cold pressing. So on the distillation, an example of cold pressing is lemon. Any citruses, you don't want to heat them. Once they're heated, they're going to lose a lot of their constituents. It can come with properties, 300 properties down to like 10, just to varying the temperature. So the lemon, they cold press it. The lavender is a steam distillation, but the frankincense, which we're going to talk about later, Christy's going to talk to us, the frankincense is resin distillation. So what do you use for lemon? Lemon, first of all, it's a fresh, lifting citrus aroma. It can brighten your mood and just give you a wonderful outlook for the day. You can diffuse it, you can take it internally. The lemon vitality that we're talking about here is refreshing drink with antioxidant properties in it. You can put 1 or 2 drops in water. If you don't want it to sit at the top of the water, you might want to put it on a little bit of honey on your spoon, put a drop or 2, and then stir that, and it helps it maintain dispersing it in the water. It's also a great immune support. And if you just take a little drop and you got that sticky sticker on glass or something, you can put a drop on that sticker and it helps remove sticky residue. It's also great in smoothies, lemon bars, and cookies if you haven't tried it. Remember, put your essential oils in stainless steel or glass bottles when you drink it. You don't want to put them in plastic or styrofoam. It will start eating those petrochemicals away. Jennifer, would you like to talk to us about lavender, our Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, so lavender, just like she said, is a use it for everything type of essential oil. Great for your skin. So if you're pulling out things out of the oven and you accidentally hit the rack, immediately think lavender. It's great for skin. You know, everybody thinks about lavender as using it for sleep. It is fantastic for my teenagers. It also helps kids with focus. So if they're really struggling with being a little extra energy, great for putting in the diffuser at night. So when they wake up in the morning, they're a little bit calmer. Those are the things that we like to use lavender for the most.
Okay, next, would you also like to talk to us about stress away and peace and calm? I know I have them in my purse, especially when I drive.
Yeah, so stress away is great. There's a difference between the two of them. That's one of the things that the people ask about the most. The stress away has a little bit more of a vanilla scent. Peace and calming is more of an orange. There's lots of testimonies out there about getting just a really nice, good, deep sleep with using these products. You may like both of them, and some people prefer one versus the other. My mom definitely had a testimony of peace and calming the minute that we started using Young Living back in 2014, and she used it at night in her diffuser, and she will say that she woke up the next morning feeling the least amount of discomfort that she had felt in a very long time. Great for dogs also. You can use one or the other with fireworks. Great. Put it on drop on your hand, rub your hands together and pet them. You can also put it in the diffuser, which is a great alternative if the pets aren't really wanting it to be on them. They have the ability to walk away. So those are the two ways that we really use those two products.
Thank you, Jennifer. So now, a couple other things about our oils while we're at it. There's some special care that we need to take. Some of them are photosensitive. That means if you put them on your skin, you don't want to stand out and do your garden or something like that. If you're going to put lemon on, it's better to put it on when you're not going to be out in the sun, or put it on where the sun don't shine. So you can wait 12 to 48, 24 hours, some people say. So it's just not, just be aware of when you're putting it on your skin for the citruses. There's a couple others, Angelica and a couple other ones. You'll see these labels. If you see the red label on the right and the dilute label down below on the yellow one on the bottom, those are what are in the virtual office on your account. You will see on each oil if there's photosensitivity, if there's any other little labels on there. That the dilute means that you just is better to dilute it. If you have any problems with it, you can dilute it. So those notifications will be online now. Hot oils, we're talking about oils that have like cinnamon, that can just feel a little warmer or icy hot to your skin. You can add B6, which is a carrier oil by Young Living with a bunch of different fatty oils in it. You can use coconut oil or olive oil. So those are ones to use with the hot oils, what they call the hot oils. Don't put any oils in your eyes or your ears. When I need something just to help a little bit of drainage in my ear or something like that, I'll put maybe peppermint behind the ear or around the outside of my ear. So those are other things that you can do. If you ever have any questions, we're here, we can help you out. So the next one is Citrus Fresh Vitality. And Kathy's going to tell us about Citrus Fresh and how she uses it. Kathy?
Okay, am I there?
You are.
Okay. When I used to have a lot of company, a lot of times, and in the summer, your fruit salads are excellent. And they show one right there, and I use blueberries and raspberries and bananas and kiwi, apple, grapes, and then to put just a little twist on it that you don't get normally. I used to put like a tablespoon of sugar in a little bowl and put 1 or 2 drops of Citrus Fresh. I don't have the Vitality one here. It's probably in my bedroom, but I just put that in, mix it up good, and then add it to the fruit. And oh my goodness, it switches the flavor. Another way you can do it, you can put a little bit of yogurt with a couple drops of it, and it makes a very special, sort of a special ting to the salad. And people always commented about it.
That's awesome.
Living proof you don't have to use the other. I'm still alive.
Yes. So you can use a Vitality or the exact same ingredients are
Yes.
in the colored labels as well. Correct.
Yeah.
Now we have Christy, and she's going to talk to us about one of the hot oils, thieves and dyes and frankincense. Christy.
Thank you. So I'm not sure how many have heard about the Thieves story, that how Thieves ever came to be. So I'm going to quickly just kind of do a real recap here. So Young Living's Thieves essential oil blend was inspired by the legend of 4 15th century French thieves who were robbing bubonic plague victims. However, the robbers or the thieves had never contracted the plague, and so they had formulated and worn a special aromatic combination that they wore that included clove and rosemary and other botanicals that they believed would provide protection while they were stealing. So the French authorities were catching on to this, and they noticed that there was such a value in this mixture that upon the thieves' capture, they were they would receive a more lenient punishment if they divulged the secret and told what they were using. And so they indeed did tell, and the recipe was recorded in historical documents. And what happened is they were supposed to be burned at the stake. No, they were supposed to divulge the secret, so they were supposed to be burned at the stake, but they were hung instead. That's the more lenient punishment. So yeah, that's a great thing. So Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, was used the original recipe that he found in historical documents as a basis for creating this blend of essential oils, and he named it Thieves as homage to the origin of this blend. And it is so popular that there are a lot of other companies that try and copy this, but none is better than Thieves. I've heard people say, oh, this is so much better than the other one. So my story with Thieves started when a friend of mine gave me a bottle of Thieves and said, try it on the bottom of your feet, because I was having such issues with becoming allergic to so many antibiotics. And I thought, what am I going to do? So I needed something that would help my immune system before I got sick. And so she said, try this on the bottom of your feet and tell me how you feel. And it was amazing. I used to get really sick in the fall and the spring when the seasons changed, and this turned that whole thing around. So I'm very grateful to Thieves. So what is it good for? Well, it helps support a healthy respiratory and immune system. You can put it in your water to drink it, or you can diffuse it. What I really like to do is mix it with warm water and a teaspoon of honey and a couple of drops of Thieves and a drop of lemon Vitality for a Thieves tea. It is so soothing when you need that extra immune support. And you can also put it on the bottom of your feet. I do that every time I go out in public, or you can put it on your feet before you go to bed to boost your immune system. The oils that are in this blend, and always feel free to bump up a blend with another drop or two of oils that are already found in that blend if you want that extra boost. So we have cinnamon bark, which is a mood booster, rosemary, which is a mood booster and enhances relaxation, eucalyptus, which helps mental exhaustion, clove, which helps with feelings of being defeated and the inability to set boundaries. And we've already talked about lemon, how it also boosts the immune system. So that's what we find in Thieves. And this is the bottle. And you can also get that in a 15 ml. So once you get rid of this one, and what I like to do is I keep all my Vitality oils in the kitchen, and then I buy the 15 ml and then just refill my Vitality ones for the kitchen. So the next one we have is dyes. And I did not start with liking this one because it smells really earthy. So I've always been told that if you don't like the smell of something, it's probably because you really need it. So my suggestion is to put it in your pocket and wear it around for a while, or you can put it on your feet with socks over it until you kind of get used to the smell. Now I will use it internally, and the minute I smell it, it's like my stomach goes, oh yes, you love me. Okay, so it's good for supporting your digestive system in all areas. You can use it before or after every meal. You can have it for constipation or feelings of an uneasy stomach. That's the ginger and peppermint and fennel working in it. It prevents fermentation, and that's the ginger, the fennel, and the tarragon working in it. Everything that's related for your digestive system, it will support that. The oils that you would find in digize are tarragon, which I thought was really interesting, but then I read and found out that it's good for muscle soothing, cleansing, protecting, flushing, balancing, and it's also uplifting. Ginger, peppermint, lemongrass, ginger, peppermint, fennel, and anise are all really good oils for stomach issues. But then there's also juniper in it, which is cleansing, flushing, protecting. It's good for your emotions, and it also supports liver and kidney function. Then it also has lemongrass, which is cleansing, calming. It's good for clarity, regeneration, purifying, and protecting. And the last one that I thought was interesting was patchouli, which is relaxing, flushing, calming, and balancing. So as Beth had mentioned, the vitality oils are designated as FDA approved, meaning that we have been approved to take them internally. Digize and Thieves are both vitality oils and have been FDA approved, but many, but not all of the oils in those two blends are found as vitality oils alone. It's a long process to get FDA approval. So all the oils found in those two blends aren't vitality oils, but they are GRAS, which is generally recognized as safe to take internally. So I found that to be really interesting. Digize, however, is not recommended for children under 6 to take internally. You can put them topically. And Gary thought of everything though, because he created Tummy Jize in the Kid Sense line, which has spearmint instead of the peppermint. So if you don't like the taste of Digize, you might want to try Tummy Jize. But it also can be taken by any age of children and older. So you can apply it directly on your stomach as well. You want to go clockwise to slow the movements, so left to right, or clockwise if you're constipated, which is right to left. So your ascending colon, correct me if I'm wrong, Jennifer, ascending colon on the right, descending colon on the left. So that's Digize. And the last one is frankincense. So this is the king of all oils. It's a top skin oil right along with lavender. So it's used for meditation or prayer time. It's a great focus oil. It improves your mood and attitude. So it's very uplifting. It's good for grounding and purpose, which is true for most, I think all of the tree oils are super for grounding and purpose. So if you don't know what oil to use, frankincense is a great go-to because it's good for about everything. So the history of it is mentioned in one of the oldest medical records called the Ebers Papyrus from 16th century BC. It's also known as the Holy Anointing Oil. It was a gift to Christ when he was born. Gary researched the oil or the history of the oil. He traveled the frankincense trail and wrote a book called The Gift. And it's kind of a fun read. It's kind of like a adventure story. So also the types, there are four, but I could only find 3 today. So there are 3 types of frankincense, the Boswellia Qatari, which is what this one is. And it's found in Somalia, and it's found in over 40 products of Young Livings. And the slide that you have here is the resin coming out of the tree. And so it's kind of a long process to harvest, but that has to come out, and then it hardens, and so they get the cutting from that. And I think it's after the second one, if I'm right, I think. So then they have to melt it down, and you can use chemicals to do that, but a lot of those chemicals will cause cancer. And so it's much better how we do it because it's a long process, which consequently that's the price lift, is because it is such a long process, but you know it's going to be safe to take. So then there's the Boswellia farana, and it's also found in Somalia, which is interesting because if you remember seeing the farms, she had 2 frankincense trees when Beth was talking about the farms, and you will find two types of frankincense in the same field that are growing naturally. So it's kind of interesting that they will give you 2 different types of frankincense. So then there's the Boswellia sacra, which is the sacred frankincense, which is found in Oman. So I love to use the frankincense during prayer time. And you know how when you sit down to do your devotionals, sometimes you'll go, oh, I've got the wash to do and the cooking to do, and I've got to fold laundry, and I've got to do this and that and the other thing. And so I put frankincense on, and it immediately brings me back to where I need to be to praise God. So that's pretty much what I use my frankincense for, but I will take it internally, but I always add lime to that because I love lime. So you get the benefits of frankincense and the lime. Also, you can diffuse it. You can use it topically or you can diffuse it. And if you want to write this down, I have a Festival of Lights diffuser recipe. It has 3 drops of the citrus fresh. So 3 drops of citrus fresh, 2 drops of frankincense, 2 drops of juniper, and 2 drops of cinnamon bark. So there you go for Christmas coming up. So you can also notice in the pictures that Beth gave here for our slides, Thieves it's just a phenomenal product, and it's very, very cost effective. You can see all the Thieves products that we have. So, and it just seems like they're more and more coming up. Also, if I can zip back, do I have another second?
Yep.
I can go back to the Digize. You can use it across your shoulder blades for deep congestive coughs, and also for sinus issues across the bridge of your nose, and also for plants to neutralize the garden's pH balance. And also Gary would spray that in the fields for protection against bugs. So thank you.
Thank you, Christy. That was awesome information. If you guys haven't been able to tell yet, there is awesome information on each of these oils. If you just take one oil at a time and look at it look at a couple things, or ask us for a couple research topics on oil, we can get those out to you. But as you see, that Thieves is a blend, Digize is a blend, frankincense is a single. So those are the other things that you might hear, singles and blends, if you didn't know that. Also, it is the second cutting off the resin. It's a more it's a higher quality resin coming out the second cutting. So we only use the second cutting off the frankincense trees. So much information. Thank you, Christy. So now yes.
I forgot to mention the resin burner that's in the slide. So if you just, instead of the oil, you just can buy the resin that comes, and then you can burn that as well in the resin burner. So, and that you can look online and see.
Yep. So some people get the resin too. So that is awesome product that we can have as well. You can get little bags of that. They're actually pretty nice size bags that will last quite a while. So, and I've gotten them out every once in a while and used them. So there's different ways, and you can talk to us about that later. So the other term is neat and diluted. Neat means that you're not using any carrier out of the bottle. You're just putting it on as is from the bottle. And diluted is, there's different properties, 1 to 2 and stuff like that we can go over later with you as well. So next is Raven. Jennifer, you want to go ahead and cover Raven?
Oh, Raven. Raven is that eucalyptus that you always forget about. So Raven is a blend. So we have single oils, like what Christy was talking about. Frankincense is a single, it just has frankincense. Raven is a blend, of Raven Sarah, Peppermint, and Eucalyptus radiata. So it is one that if you are having any congestion, think of eucalyptus, any congestion, you could put it on your chest. Back in the day, you'd always put on that oily ointment on your feet when you had a cough at night. Your parents would put the stuff on your feet. Raven. Put Raven on the bottoms of your feet and put your kids to bed. Super safe for small children as well. Put it on their feet and allow them to go to sleep at night, and it will help loosen up that and allow them to relax and get a restful night's sleep. It also has some wintergreen in it. So you'll notice that a Raven bottle has a little bit different lid to it. And I'm going to pull that out. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit thicker. It's a childproof lid. Wintergreen is that scent that a lot of kids just really think, oh, I could drink this because it smells that good. So they put a childproof cap on it. So it's a little bit more difficult for kids if they got a hold of it to be able to get it open to actually drink this because of that wintergreen. And then it has lemon in it, which also helps thin out your secretions. So if you're using Raven, I always recommend, if you have any congestion, to drink water, because all of that will help work together to, open up that airway. But great if you're an athlete and you just need to breathe, putting it on your chest before you go out for a workout or a walk, or maybe you're just short of breath and you're walking up the stairs, whatever it might be, Raven's a really great option for you. Love the smell of it.
One of my favorites. So next is Valor. Valor is another oil we have in our kit. Here is a Valor. If you notice, we have different viscosities, that's thicknesses, and different colors. The colors will change. It is not a highly dilution where it has everything added to it. So it's every oil is the same color, the same viscosity. So if you see, I don't know if you can see here, I'll get a couple drops out. It is definitely a bluish color with the blue tansy, the black cypress, the camphor, the frank, and the geranium that we have in this oil. It is definitely, I can do it. I will do it oil for us in our household. I would put it on the kids when they had test day. I like it on my my back when I just am not balanced, when my shoulders are just not in alignment. It also is really good for my neck, and I use this on my back. This is another oil I do not leave the house without, because it's one of my favorite smelling ones, as well as it gives me the to go. How do you use it, Jennifer?
So this is a huge one for us. So Valor is one, I could not get my youngest son into the dentist chair. So I would take Valor and frankincense because of the calming effect of the frankincense and the Valor of the I can do it. I would put some on his chest and the bottoms of his feet, his chest, so when he was sitting in the dentist chair, he could smell it while they were working on him. He went from a kid that was jumping out of the dentist chair to a kid that would sit there and go, hey, what's that tool you're using? And ask all kinds of questions. And they could not believe it. They asked me, like, what did you give him? I was like, just some essential oils that I just bought at the store, like bought from my friend. But it was a huge lifesaver for us. That's our favorite use. When the kids are going for tryouts of game, sports events, things like that, like Beth said, doing tests, this is a really good go-to.
Definitely. And we put it on our big toe every once in a while. It has rumor that it helps with snoring at night, so quieting down. So it might be one for you to get as well. So the next one we have is Panaway. Now, Panaway has some great oils: wintergreen, clove, helichrysum, peppermint. We've used that when a kid jumped down the stairs and things popped and they weren't supposed to be that way, and it has been a lifesaver here. Jennifer, how have you used this?
So my favorite thing is in your kit, you get these little roller figments. It's a roller top that you can put on any bottle that you choose, and you can change them out. But Panaway is one that we've always grabbed, this roller top, put it on so that when, like Beth was saying, you can put things on neat. it has wintergreen in it. So if your muscles are super tight, like if you're a person that wakes up in the morning and you're like, my back is really stiff, or maybe my legs ache too much, you can grab this with the roller figment on it, and it becomes a roller bottle, and you can just roll it on. It's another one that's kind of an expensive oil when you buy it by itself. So I want to utilize it to the best of my ability. And so this helps me be a little bit better with the cost effectiveness of applying this oil and get the best use out of it. Kids that are going through sports, they come home and their knees are achy or their feet hurt because they were running, so much at the field. This is like your go-to for any of those things that are discomfort, especially muscle related.
So we talked about 12 oils. Did you get them all? We have 12 oils in the kit, and you can choose. I had to add the Rainstone there. You see it wasn't quite in there, but it's in there. You get to choose which diffuser you want. It's 165 if you get the Dewdrop or the Desert Mist. We have more Desert Mists here. I don't have an Aria. I know a lot of people that absolutely love the Aria. I actually have a Rainstone by my sink. I love that one as well. The Aria will be 280 if you put that in your kit with 12 oils. And the Rainstone with that in the kit, the kit will go to 225. Wonderful, wonderful diffusers to choose from. You have other kits and smaller kits that has some other diffusers. If you look online, you can look at the kits, available kits that you have online as well. But the Desert Mist, I think a majority of people like it. Some people like the Dewdrop. Jennifer, which one do you have the most of?
I have the most of the Desert Mist, but I do have all of them at my house. But I do have the Desert Mist the most. I think it's the easiest to lift the lid off for anyone that has dexterity or hand issues. Least likely to have a difficult time getting that top off to fill it.
Yeah. There is sound available on the Aria as well. I think there's a Bluetooth capability, correct, Jennifer?
Yeah, you can plug it into your phone, like you can Bluetooth it from your phone so that you can play music off of it. It has spa-like sounds that automatically go, and it runs for 4 hours. So this is one that I have in my foyer. I also have it in my guest bedroom. It only goes for 4 hours. So I do like the Desert Mist because it goes a little bit longer. The Rainstone is my other favorite though, because it's got the ionizer in it. So if you're a person that has a lot of electronics in your house, the ionizer helps with all of those energy sources that you have going on and helps regulate them to calm your environment. Think of those salt lamps that a lot of people buy and put in their offices. This incorporates it. So it's a really good money combination to be able to get that Rainstone diffuser with the ionizer.
Yeah, and most of these you can have light on, light off. You can have the lights changing colors. You can have flickering candlelight look. So a lot of people like that like the candles and stuff before. And you have high output, a low output, or no output. I think you can do even just have the light. So it depends on if you have high output, it will go shorter time, but most of them will go the Dewdrop and Desert, I believe, go the 8 hours on high, 6 to 8 hours on high. So there is so much more to the kit. We have Ningxia Red 2 fitments. Those are the roller tops that Jennifer talked to you about. They're really easy to put on. I don't have one right here. You can pop out the lid. I use the plastic lid or your thumb to pop off the plastic. You would put the roller ball on top, and then you use the black lid that comes with the roller fitment to put that back on and screw it down, and it will pop on. I always double check with the roller that you do not, that it's on tightly before I start rolling. Waterless hand sanitizer, Thieves spray is also in the kit.
I'd like to give you a visual. So the kit comes like this. It comes in a square box that when you open it up, the first thing you're going to see is your oils. There's some educational material at the top. When you take the oils off, this is a stand, but you have more educational material and then a bottom layer. And people always forget about this bottom layer, but that's where you find all the extra goodies, is at the bottom. So you have, like she said, the Thieves hand sanitizer, the spray, the Ningxia Red is all at the bottom of your box.
So if you want to know about the Ningsha Red, that's awesome. If you don't know about the red drink, that we have the high antioxidant drink, we had a whole class on that the other night. And just ask us, we'll get you that information. We can talk to you about that. When you're on our team, we love that you're on our team. We are here to support you. Jennifer talked about resource materials. Let us know if you need resource materials. Once you do 100 PV or get a kit, or get on essential loyalty rewards once a month ordering, you get the 24% discount for a year, and then just 100 PV or loyalty orders, and you'll continue that 24% discount. There's always income opportunities. Just let us know if you're interested in that. Gifts with purchase every month, you'll see online. When you do an order, there'll be a gifts with purchase section. This month we have Inner Defense, Thieves, RC, Sniffles, Breathe Again. What a powerhouse for this fall. They are wonderful. Loyalty rewards, that is your monthly ordering, or LR, you'll see sometimes. You'll start earning 10% back the first 3 months. At 4 months, you'll go to 20%, 25% at 25th month and on. It is a great benefit for those that are on it. We see where we're, every order, we're building up points so that you can turn those in to get free products. If you have come here tonight with someone invited you, you can order through them. Make sure you get in contact with them. There's a QR code to order as well. Just sign on your account if you have an account already. This would get you, if you scan this would get you to the order for the Desert Mist Premium Starter Kit. Any questions? Remember, let us know if you have any questions on needing to order or have any questions when you get online. Thank you for coming tonight, and